Welcome to my home. I will tell you, this is the cleanest my desk has ever looked. You don't want to see what it looks over there, just saying. Okay. So I'm going to go through some of the questions that Linda wanted me to go through first of all. So we're just going to kind of make this up as we go along here. All right. So the first question I had is, you've always appeared to be a top seller. So let me start here. I will tell you a little bit about me. My name is Heather Feiring. I've been building my business with Mary Kay for the last 16 years. And this is not even my chosen profession. So much so is I'm actually a farmer by trade. And I was actually North Dakota's Outstanding Young Farmer in 2004. Anyways, 2003, 2002. Good enough. Anyways, that was what I want to do with the rest of my life. And the wonderful thing about life is just when you think you've got it all figured out, there's a detour. And Mary Kay came into my life in June of 2002. And it was 7 days after I turned, it was in my birthday month. Did you know that most people recruit in their birthday month? Because they're always thinking about what they want to do with the rest of their lives. So I was 22 years old when I joined. I had no grand plans for this business. I actually was going to just do this business for my own personal discount. That was the only reason. That fall, my kit came in the hot pink box. I don't like the color pink. I didn't want to be known as a Mary Kay lady, and I hated the color pinks. I was actually one of my recruiters won first 3 interviews. I was part of her Pearls of Sharing. So when I heard about the Mary Kay opportunity, I said, no, thank you. It's not for me. And that was it. That was in March. 4 months later, my mom and I were going to put about a $400 order together, and my consultant was smart, and she says, you know what, you might as well do this business for yourself. Take care of a few friends and family, and that was it. That's how I was recruited. Like I said, I'm a farmer by trade, so I actually was in the grain truck during fall, and my dad and grandpa were in the combines, and I was one of the truck drivers. Well, this is before the days of smartphones and social media and all that good stuff, so we had to figure ways to keep ourselves busy. So I actually sliced open my hot pink box. And just by the way, Linda, I still actually have my box, because one day I'm going to bring it on stage and bring out all the things that I've gotten from my Mary Kay business. I believe I might have gotten that idea from you way back in the day before I even knew you. So I sliced open my hot pink box. I took out the reading materials, and that's what I read while I was driving truck. And I started to dream. The reason I actually started going, my director never actually did inventory with me. That was something I learned to always do with somebody, is to do the inventory talk regardless. But I started to dream. The amazing part was, I ended up calling my director, and I said, tell me a little bit more about this Mary Kay thing. And she basically told me one thing, that this is how I based my business on. If you could do one thing in the morning, you teach women what you do every single morning and what you do every single night. And if it works for them, take good care of them. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. I tell my customers that particular statement every time I get together. I said, I'm going to teach you what I do every single morning and what I do every single night. And if it works for you, I'm going to take good care of you. And if not, that's okay too. That's why there's so many other things. That's why there's so many other products out there. Now, here's some of my truths. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. One of the things is never tear down another company. And the reason is because our job is to make women trust us, to fall in love with who we are. So if I can just tell her that one thing, that I'm going to show her how to be successful with this product, and if it works for her, she's going to get amazing customer service. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. So there you have it. That was my grand start in Mary Kay. But what I did know is, if I was going to be successful, I had to set myself apart from every other consultant out there. I actually used my little 1993 Ford Tempo. It's a glorified tin can. A 1993 Ford Tempo as collateral. I went to the bank and I got me an $1,800 loan. I thought my husband was going to kill me. I thought it was going to come in 20 boxes. I just put a $2,800 order in today, and that doesn't even cover what I sold for Black Friday. It's crazy awesome. But I placed an $1,800 wholesale. I think it was going to come in 20 boxes. I thought my husband was going to kill me, and it came in 3. I was a little bit ticked. because I was hoping it was going to be more. And that's how I started. Before the end of the quarter, I had 3,600 because I had wanted one of everything. That's how I got started. I had no grand plans of, I lived in a small community. This was a barrier for me. I lived in a small state. I lived in a small community. I didn't think diamond rings were possible. I didn't think cars were possible. I didn't think. I mean, I didn't think things were possible. I live in a town, Epping, North Dakota is 75 people, 78, 100. We've had a boom, but it's kind of 125, but we're small. And what I love about small communities is if you give me any small community, I will rock that like no man's business. Because one thing that I know about women in North Dakota, women in rural areas, is we want to be valued. Well, this is women in general. We want to be valued and we want to know that we can trust you. And that was huge for me, is to build that trust. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. The crazy part was I've been an FFA member. I have been an FFA member. FFA is a part of my blood. I was a state FFA officer, and I've always been competitive, very competitive. That is just my nature. I remember one of the, and I was actually the only woman in my FFA chapter. It was really crazy awesome. And hey Lori, I love you too, girly. Oh, can't wait to be crowned again. Oh, thanks, buddy. I can't wait either. So I was in the FFA, and we were selling fruit, FFA fruit, and the guy sold like $2,000 worth of product. And if you were the top seller, you got 10% of the sales. So I decided the next year that I was going to be queen of sales, and I think I sold $22,000, $3,000 worth of fruit, and I got 10% of the sales. And I used my 10% of the sales to actually go buy me a big old belt buckle, because I'm a redneck by trade. I mean, seriously. I always told my husband that he could probably annul our marriage due to breach of contract, because when we got married, I was the biggest tomboy. I didn't wear eyeshadow, didn't wear foundation, hair was anyways. So I had no grand plans, none. But I did love a good competition, and I, just like Linda, I knew how to earn those little medals on my FFA jacket. I knew how to win a rosette. I knew how to set a goal, and I knew how to work to get better, to better my best. And if I can teach you just one thing tonight, just one, what I want to teach you is just better your best. That's it. Just better your best. And what is your best from last year? What is your best from last November? And do 10% more, 15% more. That's all I'm going to ask you to do, is just better your best. So I grew up in a unit where my director was a selling machine. She did Queen's Quarter sales every single year. And I still remember, as a new consultant, I brought my husband with, and we were walking down the corridor. This is when we were in the big arena. Everything was over. We were done, and I watched as she was swinging her arms, and I saw a new diamond ring on her finger. And it was at that moment that it paid. My husband's hand was one hand, and my eyes were on her. And it was in that moment that I said, I'm going to learn how to earn that diamond ring. And I was mentored by her. The biggest thing, what I want you to ask is, what I want you to understand is, ask people how they did it. Ask people how they thought. You know, we are so excited to share what we've learned. It is like the greatest honor of honors to be able to do that. So I did come from a long line of sellers, and I just needed to, what I learned was I started watching her mannerisms during her class, how she closed, when she laughed and giggled at certain points, and, you know, the jokes that she used. It wasn't me, but I needed to learn how to be able to sell. So I mimicked the great in my brain. She was, and she still is, an incredible seller. I mimicked the great until I had that skill myself. So where did my beginning customer base start? Well, I started with my friends and my family. What I did realize very shortly, that I had to get away from my friends and my family, because let's be honest, they're just looking for a discount. So because I was a farmer, I wanted to try to set myself as a professional beauty consultant. So what I had to do was get myself away from my circle of influence as soon as I possibly could. Not that that was a bad thing, but I had to build my skill away from people who knew me. So I wanted to get to know the people that my sister knew and the people that those people knew, because then I could set myself up as a professional beauty consultant instead of Heather Feiring the farmer. Okay, that's what I did. So I honestly, I am my strong suit. I can warm chatter. I'm really good at want to do. I would rather book from my bookings. Case in point, that's it. Because what I've learned is it costs 5 times as much to gain a new customer than it is to retain a current one. And my goal is to teach you how to build your customers deep and wide. Okay, I'm going to give you, okay, so this is just an example. Okay, so to have a lot of customers on a lot of products. Okay, that was my focus, was to build deep and wide. And I started with a skincare party. Now, if you were to ask me, Heather, share with me your hostess brochure. Seriously, I use Mary Kay's 10, 15, 20%. Every time I've tried to use the new fad, I try it for a period of time. I am so not liking it, and I go back to what I was originally taught. I stick with the basics in this business because they truly work. That's just what I do. So that's what I do for my hostess credit. That's how I started building my base. Is I started with the people that I knew, and my goal was to try to get not as far away from them as I possibly can. But let's be honest, to get as far away from them as I possibly could, because I wanted to set myself as a professional beauty consultant. What does a typical week look like for me as a consultant? Okay, so as a consultant, I was still farming. Now, the farming season for us here in North Dakota is April through September, but to sometimes into October as well too. So at this point, all I did was take care of reorders. And I still remember having cash in a little Ziploc bag and giving orders to my grandma to take to the post office so she could put money on, put the postage on it, so that I could be out in the field working with my dad or whatever I needed to do. I worked my business from October to March. That's the time frame. I had 6 months to really work this business, and that's how I built a strong customer base. My goal was to get 100 skincare customers as soon as I possibly can. Right now, I have about 450 customers. Okay. And one thing that I know about recruiting is if you can build a really good customer, you're going to build a really good consultant, because if she knows that you've got inventory, you deliver on the spot, you know about the products, you give awesome customer service. When she decides to become a consultant, she's going to do the same thing, because she's going to emulate what she's seen. So that's how I worked as a consultant. And when I was working as a consultant from October to March, it was 3 to 4 appointments every single day or every single week. And I did my appointments in the evening. I didn't have any children at that time. So I would be hauling grain during the day. I'd have my Mary Kay face on, always had my Mary Kay face on. And I would go home, load up my car, get dressed, and I would head to a party. And my parties always started at 7. Now I'm able to start at 6, but at that point they were able to start at 7 o'clock, and that's what I did. I remember going to my very first January Jumpstart and seeing the directors on stage, and I'm like, dude, I can totally do this. I had no idea what it took to be a director, but I did know that I wanted to be in that position. And I actually set a goal to become a director, and I said it out in front of everybody. Here's what I want you, in front of everybody at a meeting, and here's what I want you to think about. Be willing to put your goal out there for everybody to know. Now, they're probably not going to remember it, but there's going to be accountability. And the minute that I started putting Queen out on the line, and I will tell you, I started talking Queen about, it was in 2007. I still remember I have a goal poster that has the Queen ring that I wanted to earn back then. And I started talking Queen in 2007. I wasn't Queen until 2015. That was the first time that I was Queen. And so there was a lot of things that I had to learn, but I had to be willing to learn the process and how to build on top of my daily wins. So that was my typical week as a consultant. Is I worked it around my full-time job. As a director without children, I'm going to be real honest. I worked better with kids than I did without as a director, because at that point in time, I was working Mary Kay full time. I had stepped away from the farming position due to, that's a whole other story for another time. I stepped away from my position at the farm, and I was kind of floundering. I was kind of lost. I'm going to be real honest. And though the first few years of my directorship were not successful, not even close. All of a sudden, when I was tired of not getting the results that I was wanting to as a director, I had to be really, what I realized, and someone I think told me this, he says, Heather, your unit has your name on it. Doesn't have anybody else's, it has my name on it. Same thing with your customer base. Your customer base has your name on it, has nobody else's name on it. So that's when I started taking responsibility. So this was 2008. 2008 was the 45th anniversary, and I had the opportunity to earn this picture. I wanted this picture so bad, and you had to do 45,000 retail to earn this picture. 45,000 retail. Well, at the most that I've ever done at that time was 36,000. That's what it took to do Queen's Court of Sales. So I had to step it up. I had to amp up my game to get this picture. Now, the fun part is I just started working. I didn't know what numbers to track. I just started working, put one foot in front of the other. And that was the first year we were actually in the top 20 the very first year. And I did top 20 with 53,000 retail. Okay, so if you want a number to shoot for, go for 50. That would make Linda very happy. And by the way, this is your last year of being a national area. I want to encourage you to do like crazy big things and just like fill the entire stage with Tupin directors and consultants. Why not? Why not? How fun would that be where you know, Linda's feet hurt because she's on stage crowning queens left and right, and you know, recognizing, and that would be a good goal. Just saying. Get on that, people. Okay. Obviously you had to go outside your town to find your customers. Was that intentional, or did it grow organically? Yes, I did. I will honestly tell you, I still don't have every buddy in Epping as my customer. I know, that's the face you need. That's the face that I need. Okay. Yes. So I traveled to Williston. I traveled to Minot. I put about 27,000 miles on my car just to go visit my customers. Okay. So that's a real thing. You just have to work in different areas. And how often do you see customers face to face? As often as I possibly can get yeah. I do have customers who, oh golly, they will not let me pamper them again. There's probably a reason, because I have this really uncanny ability to sit down with a woman and like show her how to use the product and sell her $300-400 right there. That's probably some of these why customers don't want to get to sit down with me. Now, it's not a lot, but there's a few of those. But my goal, here's the thing. One of the things that I learned early on is you have to, as a consultant, I needed to know how to use this product from head to foot. And personally, I wear anywhere from $1,800 to $2,400 wholesale. I buy myself from head to foot for myself. Because the fun part is how can we teach another woman how to use this product if we don't know how to use it ourselves? And that was where some of the shifting happened, is I needed to learn how to use the product and why to use the product, and to teach my customers why to use the product. And here's what I want to encourage you is use the tools that the company gives us. You know, a lot of times when I'm sitting down with a customer, and especially like the repair kit, I had a man, oh my gosh, I love this story. He connected with me. I had a husband call me. He actually emailed me, then texted me, and then he called me and he said, Heather, I need your help. My wife has saggy skin. She's not liking how she looks. All I see is my wife. All I see is my best friend. Can you help me? And I'm going, and I totally acknowledged him. I said, Dave, I just want to acknowledge you. You are a remarkable man. A remarkable man. So whenever opportunities like that happen, I sit down in front of a woman if I possibly can, because just like when you're interviewing, you know, knee to knee, toe to toe, getting in front of people one-on-one is so vitally important, because our job is to tie them to our heartstrings. It just truly is. So with that, I brought product fact sheets. You can get these off of, if you go to Mary Kay in Touch, product, then product, okay, let me go. So Mary Kay in Touch, products, then product central, and then go to product search the product, and in the upper left-hand corner, you can actually see product fact sheet. So what I did is I actually brought these product fact sheets to my customer's house. We sat toe to toe with her, and I actually showed her why these products work. And what I was able to do is, when you start comparing and contrasting what these products do and you start providing value, I want you to write this down. When you ask the questions, your customers don't know to ask, that's when you provide value. When you ask questions your customers didn't know to ask, that's when we become valuable. So what I did with her on this is I showed her the best two pieces of this product, and they're the lifting serum and the night treatment, because a lot of times people don't use the lifting serum and the night treatment because we're too lazy to take our face off. I got in there, showed her how to use the product. We did a facial peel. I did get the biocellulose mask. I put that on her face, sold her $300 worth of product. We took a before picture, and I'm going to take an after picture in 2 weeks. When you start providing value like that to your customers and just loving them and seeing them for who they are and pouring grace, because as women, we are so horrible to ourselves. We say horrible things to ourselves on a daily basis, and we would never say the things to another human being that we say to ourselves. And my goal is to pour love and to tell them, you are beautiful, you are worth it, and God darn it, God made you great. So we sat down, and I give product fact sheets. I put these in orders. So here's, one of the things that how do you do, do the Queen's Court of Sales double and triple time in a year? You start doing the things that all the other consultants don't do. So here's some of those things that I do. Where's that? Okay, I send a lot of product, So here's a package that I'm sending out to a customer. If I'm sending product to a customer, I'm putting cute stickers on it. I'm writing words of affirmation to the great, to the fabulous, to the beautiful, to the amazing. This fabulous person right here, she's going to be awesome. The fun part is I'm going to write a love note to her. Okay, so I'm going to include samples, but I'm going to write, Angela, I use a pretty cute little sticker. Hello, gorgeous. Thank you so much for your order. I value and appreciate you. I write that on every single note. And then I'm going to talk to her about samples that I include. You can't be the queen of section 2. You cannot be the queen of section 2. Stop buying all those things on section 2 and start giving samples from a full retail size product. I will also, so I don't do this anymore. If I say I'm really meeting my office assistant, Roxy, but I wrap everything in tissue paper. And I put a little cute bow on it, because what's the difference between buying underwear at Walmart and underwear at Victoria's Secret? Victoria's Secret, they nestle it and they put it in your bag, and they give you this handled bag, and you're so proud. You bring it home and you cut all the tags off the individual piece. You get where I'm going with this? In Walmart, they throw it in the bag, you haul it in your car, and you throw it in the back of your car, you slam it shut, you come home, you throw it on the counter, you open up the bag, you got it? There's a difference. So I like to wrap a little bit of, so this is what I do. A lot of times, I still live in an area where people send me checks. I know. So I put a self-addressed stamped envelope in my little package as well, too. Okay. Let me know if this is helping you guys. All right. Okay. Let's see what else we got from questions. What is your tip of follow-up? What is your typical follow-up? By you or an office person? I bet you could probably guess how I like to follow up. My office assistant doesn't ever, she will sometimes write notes to my customers if I need to, because I want them to fall in love with her as well too. I want my customers to know that she appreciates them just as much as I do. But when it comes to delivering the product, I deliver the product. When it comes to calling my customers, I call my customers. And when I deliver the product, I like to actually bring upselling. Have you heard that little term? Now, if you are going to bring product to upsell, you are going to need to have product in your car. If you were to see my car, actually, well, let me show you this. I actually bring product bags with. I'm in control. So these are the product bags. These are old ones, but that's got lots of product in it. That's got lots of product. That's got product in it. That's got product in it. Okay, I bring product bags with me. And the reason I use the bags from the company is because they are a little bit insulated. I live in North Dakota where the weather is cold. And if it's really cold in my car, it's gonna be fine. And I'll put a little ice chest over the top in the summertime with the blanket so my lipsticks don't melt. But I like to upsell when I'm working with my customers, because at that point I can ask her about the opportunity again if she's ready to join. I can ask her if she wants to book an appointment so she can see the new product. What else? I can connect with her, because remember, what do we want to do? Tie her to your heartstrings. We don't want her to ever want to go to find another consultant. Okay, so this is like last quarter's, and in my little goodie bag of upselling, I'm gonna have one of everything, and this is what I shared. So I have I would let people try the eyeliners on the back of the hand. I would have, I had all of these with little mascara wands with me so that they could actually try it right there on their face. I would let them smell the reviving facial spray. Same thing with botanicals. And a lot of times this is my on-the-go bag. I take a pocket, nothing fancy, okay? This is a pocket out of one of the containers from MK Connections. But let me show you what I've got now. Now, I'm a 31 girl. I'm a bag lady, just know this. If you can get this off of 31, I'm just saying. I've had this for years, and what I loved about it is this has all the new colors in it. And I bring this, it fits in my purse. I don't carry these little purses. I carry a big purse, so it fits right in there. And I bring it wherever I go. This is like a baby. I probably took better care of this than, never mind. Moving on. And I have all the new eye colors. I have the eye colors with some 99% alcohol and applicators so that they can try things on the back of their hands. And I also have books with me. Now, I'm going to give you a fun tip. If you want to carry lookbooks with you, all the time. Here's a fun little tip. Is you can actually have lookbooks. I have lookbooks that are sent to preferred customer, first name preferred, last name customer. I send 10 of these to myself. The fun part is that way I can hand this to a customer and say, oh my gosh, you need to try out this new look. And then you can just actually keep this. This is a genius idea. I need to put my lookbooks in here because then they won't get, dang, sometimes. All right. I bring product with me. It's called upselling, because when you are delivering a product, you should always be showing new products to a customer, because a lot of times they're looking at a book and they're like, oh, that's cool, and they keep flipping. There's no reason for them to stop on the new stuff. But if you bring them, show them the product, tell them how to work, that's how that works. Okay. What forms of communications do you use? Texting service, email, Facebook, private group? All of the above. I do have a texting service. I do use Scipio. The only reason I use Scipio is to get out massive amount of information to everybody at one time. What do I send? Do you remember when all of the lipsticks went away, the cream lipsticks? Well, I had customers that I swear were eating tubes of Raisinberry and Mocha Freeze. Okay, so when that product went away, what happens back in the day, I would put my head over the pillow and go, oh, they'll just not notice. They'll just not. That's why. So one of the things that I use in the texting service is I will send out information about my Black Friday sale. I will send out information about events that are coming in. I will send out information of where we're at. So you get the Tupin newsletter, right? Well, let's say you're number 5. You're going to make yourself a pic collage, cut it out, put yourself in there, and you're going to tell your customers. This is what you're going to tell your customers. Congratulations. Let's do Tupin customers. We are number 5 in the Tupin national area. The only reason that we are that high is because you are amazing. You do incredible work. The thing of it is use your newsletter, take a picture of it, and put it on your Facebook group and let your customers see how incredible you are. When you move up, show them, because it's all about them. It's not about you, it's all about them. Yes, you get the recognition, but you want to let your customers be a part of a win. Just like you guys like to be a part of the Tupin National Area where you were number 3. Did you guys know you were number 3? You should go for number 1. Did I say number 1? You should go for number 1. Just saying. Do you remember how amazing it was to be recognized? And when people said, you're in the Tupin National Area, seriously? You guys, your customers will think of you the same way. You are a part of the Feiring customers. Holy Hannah, that's incredible. You see where I'm going with that? Take a picture of your newsletter, post it on your secret Facebook page for your customers. You can also put it on your public page. You just don't want to sell product on your public page. But I do use a texting service. One of the things I like to do is when products are discontinued, is I personally call my customers that there's going to affect them. And here's what I do. I'll be like, let's say like, hey Fern, I just wanted to connect with you. The company's has a product change that's going to directly affect you. And I wanted you to hear it from me first. Instead of opening up your lookbook and go, duh, where's my product? I just learned about this change. They're going to be discontinuing this product. And I know in the past you've actually purchased like 7 in the last 3 years. And I want you to be able to stock up. That way, I want you to be able to stock up so that you are in charge of the change instead of the company being in charge of the change for you. And the special that I provide is, buy 2, get 1 free. The great part about doing something like that is, number one, you are letting her know. Customer service. You're taking responsibility. I don't like change either, but let her know, let her grieve. Okay. She's going to grieve over a product that she wanted to wear for the rest of her life. And then buy 2, get 1 free, because when she runs out, it's on her. It's not on me. Okay. That's a fun little tip, sideline. I do use email. I do use BombBomb as a director. I use that out for my. But the great thing is that with what the company has available to you for e-cards, that's going to be the best. As long as you have all their emails in there, you can totally use that service better. And then of course, Facebook private group. I do have a private Facebook group. Okay, what is my hostess plan? Let me show you. My hostess plan is this. Does this look familiar to anybody? Okay. You are going to get 10, 15, 20% of the sales. That's what you're going to get. Okay. And here's what I tell with my customers is I said, my goal as your my goal is for you to get 20%, because ultimately I want my customers to earn at least $100 in free product. For me to do a party, that's what it's going to require of me. I want her to earn at least $100 in free product. And I'm going to tell her. And I said, my goal is I'm going to book everybody there for a follow-up appointment. That's on me to get the bookings. So I use the hostess plan from this. Remember, I've used other things. I get frustrated. I go back to the basics. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got here? Do you do a lot with silent hostesses taking up orders? Nope. That is not my gifting. I haven't done that yet. So I do know that Linda Tupin has a really great training on that, and I'm going to be totally stealing that, borrowing it, or stealing it. Okay. What do you offer, if anything, for referrals? Did you know that referrals are the greatest compliment that you'll ever receive? Here's what I love about referrals. I'm not the greatest at getting referrals at a party. I'm just going to tell you that. What I am really great at is booking the follow-up appointment, because my goal is to meet her people, because a referral is still just a cold lead. And I'm wanting to build leads that are warm. I want people to fall in love with me. So I actually, a lot of times, I let my customer service speak for my customers, or my customer service speak to my customer, and then she refers me to the people that you love. Do you know that a woman, when we love something, we tell our friends. We don't love something, we tell our enemies. We go so far as and tell our enemies. So the people that they're being referred to me are, really high quality contacts. I had one of my customers in Minnesota, which is a good 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours away from me. She recommended another one of her doctor friends, and she bought the entire miracle set. I actually learned how to do a virtual makeover, sent her samples, sent her a fun little package, and did a makeover over Facebook has an option where you and I could actually look at each other, and I did a facial with her. Spent time, because again, my goal was to see her face to face, to get to know her, for her to fall in love with me, for me to teach her how to use the product with success. Let's see, anything else? Okay. I don't think there is anything else. Okay. All right. So let me tell you how I did. Yes.
Sift your favorite food.
Oh, you do? Okay, perfect. FFA fruit just got here. Okay, go away. Go. Sorry, didn't mean to say go away. I'm actually on Facebook Live. This is my daughter, Charlie.
Hi.
Hi. Can you say hi to everybody? We're talking to the Tupin National Area. Can you tell them how old you are?
6.
What grade are you in?
Kindergarten.
And did you get to go to seminar this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you introduce yourself? Do you say, I'm Charlie Feiring?
Yes.
She said, my name is Charlie Feiring. I am a princess. My mother's the queen. That would be my daughter. Okay. All right. Can you say goodbye?
Bye.
All right. Okay. Close the door behind you. Okay, sweetheart? All right. Okay. So 2-3 times during your wins. I'm going to go through some fun things. Build on your wins. If you are doing $300 weeks, your goal is to do $400 weeks and start doing that consistently, and then do $500 weeks and then $600 weeks. Because if you're wanting to make some serious cash in this business, if you're wanting to replace your income, you're going to have to learn how to retail this product. And my national sales director was Jesse Logan. And Jesse Logan told him something to me that was so valuable. You can make an incredible living selling this product. Now you can't, selling $200 a week, probably not going to be able to live off of that. $2,000 a week where you're making let's say $4,000 a month. Now there's some money that you can actually work with if you're just focusing on sales. So here's some fun numbers I just want you to think about. You know what it takes. It takes 40,000 retail to do the Queen's Court of Sales. If you divide that by 12, you need to sell $3,333 retail per month. That is a let's just round it up, 1,700 wholesale order every single month, okay? That is $833 per week that you're selling, okay? Could you live off of $400 a week? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so we're going to start learning how to build those customers. The other thing I want you to think about is it doesn't require a ton of customers to be able to do what you need to do. If you had 40 customers, 40 customers who were using this product from head to foot, and they were $1,000. They ordered $1,000 worth of Mary Kay from you. What is 40 times 1,000? $40,000. 40 customers. That's it. Or if you think of selling $100 a day times 365 days, that's $36,500. You're almost to $40,000. You'd figure out how to get the other $3,500 retail. Just some of those numbers are incredible. The other thing that really impacted me, so I started doing, 40,000 retail, and then I did 53,000 to get me into the top 20 the very first time, and that was in 2008. Then I slid back a year, and then in 2010 I was in the top 20 again. Didn't do anything, and then that's when I started having my top 3 years. So Christy Anderson, she's a top director in the Sapphire division. I listened to when I was in the tractor. Okay, when I was in the tractor, I listened to a lot of CDs because let's be honest, you're not supposed to go here alone. It's a dangerous neighborhood. So I needed to listen to training while I was cutting canola, picking rocks, all those fun monotonous things. And so Christy Anderson was $1 million sales director. And I listened to her training one time, and she said something that made a huge impact. And I want you to listen. Okay, are you listening? She said she does the Queen's Court of Sales just on reorders alone. Let you hit that, okay? My goal was to do Queen's Court of Sales just on reorders alone. Because when you're doing customer service on reorders, that's a huge number. That's a huge number. So that was my goal, was to build customers to start using the product, to be able to start building that kind of customer service. Okay. Oh, that was good. That was just 40. Oh, I loved that. What other things about numbers do I need to give you? I've talked about customer service, the mailings. I talked about delivery. I've talked about discontinued items, upselling, first facial when I'm working with a customer. If you were to ask me, Heather, do you do beauty experiences? No, I do skincare parties, and I do variation of the skincare party. I do the skincare party with the dash out the door with the cream eyeshadows, and then I do just color parties. That's what I do. Here's another fun tip. When someone says, "Hey, dude, I need my oil-free eye makeup remover," here's what you're gonna say, or cleanser. You're gonna say, "Do you want one or two of those?" You just helped her think abundantly, because when you go to the Walmart, do you buy just one deodorant? Oh no, you buy two. Some people buy one, I buy two because I don't want to have to go there again. Closing sheets, I don't use anything except what the company does. I still use beauty books. I grew up on the beauty book, so I use the company insert. I'm not going to teach you my clothes tonight, but I use this to close my classes. I just do. Let me just put it this way. Your national is in my head. She said, "Don't you be giving a lookbook." So I don't. I give me a lookbook, or a beauty book, and because there's no prices in that beauty book. I listen to your national. Selling strategies. I always have a selling strategy. If you were to look at my numbers, here's how did I get to be doing Queen's Quarter sales 2 and 3 times? I had to start competing with myself. So what I did is, there is a report, and if you want to ask Linda or ask your director where you can find out your numbers for last year. So in 2013, I did that. I looked at my numbers for last year because I was not getting into that number 1 position. Nothing that I was doing was getting me to number 1. And at that point, they weren't showing the numbers. They just weren't showing the numbers where everybody was at. So I had to figure it out on my own. So what I did is I looked at all of my numbers for the year. So October, so what did I do for November? What did I do for December? January, February, March, April, May. And my goal was that next year, to beat what I did in November, to beat what I did in December, or to at least match it or to beat it. And that was my goal. And I started learning how to beat my best and tracking my numbers. So typically I wholesale order about anywhere from 4,000 to 5,000 wholesale every single month. But it took me a while to build a customer base to be able to support that. I started with the skincare party. I taught people how to use this product. I booked them for a follow-up appointment where I focused on color. When I called them again in 3 months for a reorder, I brought product with me of new limited edition product. And the reason the company brings out limited edition product is so, number one, it's to kind of test the market to see if there's new product we need, and it gives your customers something fun to focus on. That's how you sell limited edition. Is I always bought one for myself and one to demo. Selling strategies, I did product preview nights. I'm a director, so your director's probably doing product preview nights. Right now, I'm selling to husbands. Husbands are what they call cash cows. Just go with it. They need to know 3 price points, and they want to know that it's wrapped. That's all they need to know. So I sell 12 days of Christmas to husbands. I did a Black Friday sale. I didn't do Cyber Monday because Black Friday was so incredible. January, I do Super Bowl. I do a Super Bowl pool. I have a lot of fun with that. I don't really do sales for Valentine's Day. That's just it. I do a sell-a-thon every single year. It is remarkable. My goal is can you imagine? My goal is to beat my best. Okay. And then when I finish a month, every month that I finish, I do not close out a month until I have done as much as I possibly can. I don't wait till the beginning of the next month. I focus on what I can do in this month. So here's some ideas on how to finish strong in a month. You probably will notice, let's pretend that's a start. Well, that is a star prize. And I had 2 of them. Sometimes I earn 2 of prizes that I think are really cool. I actually do drawings for my customers to earn them. I'll do a 48-hour selling challenge or a 36-hour selling challenge where it's just a short period of time for me to get some major sales. And I'm not offering them a sale. It's just their chance to get their name in a drawing. So and I'll include some of those challenge selling pic collages to Linda, and she can choose what to do with those if she wants to share them or not. One idea is to sell in 48 hours to sell 200 items. and every item there that they buy, their name goes into a drawing, and you might have a great star prize that you've never used. My goal is to give my customers those star prizes. I did a challenge to do 50 faces in a month, and when I hit 50 faces, I drew for a fun bag that I got from the company. A 36-hour challenge, and I didn't have a goal. I just threw it out there, 36-hour challenge. Every item gets them a ticket into a drawing. I just want them to get in the habit of being a part of a winning team. That is our job as consultants, is to be a part of that winning team. So here's how I'm going to, let's see if there's anything else I need to talk to you about that I wrote. I want to end you with, I have some truths. Okay, these are my truths in Mary Kay. If you want your customers to be loyal to you, be loyal to those that you work with. If you want your customers to be loyal to you, be loyal to the people that you work with. Be the customer to others that you want to be. Be the customer to others that you want them to be for you. An example is my Karen at the Farmer's Daughter. She owns a little boutique in Tioga, North Dakota, which is where I got this shirt. Whenever she gets denim jackets, guess what she does? She calls me. She knows I love a good denim jacket. That's customer service. She knows that I'm a customer for life, and I love working with her. Number 2, to be able to sell this product, you have to be sold yourself. Try at least everything in our product line to become an expert yourself. Have you tried the botanicals yet? Have you made the investment in the time-wise repair? What about the 3D set? Have you even tried the men's line? Use this product from head to foot. And for goodness sake, get the tone correcting series on your hiney. I'm just saying, we all need it there. We have to use this product personally, and I encourage you to order a star order every single year. That is your goal this year, is to use enough product that you are a star consultant just on you alone. And here's the other fun part. We are women, and as women, have you ever looked into somebody's drawers in their bathroom? I know, I've never done it. I've never done that. Just saying. So, if you're using Bath and Body Works pumps of hand soap, stop that. Take some 2-in-1 body wash and shave and put it in a container, and that way you're using that. Or, do you have like somebody else's perfume secretly hidden? Stop that. People will use your bathroom, and when they do, they look in your drawers. I'm just saying. Okay. Stock your inventory for your customer base. You will probably be shocked to know that I only keep about 8,000 wholesale on my shelf for 450 customers. My goal is to order products so that way I have the freshest product on my shelf for my customers. And just know, I live in North Dakota, so I don't have a lot of the bronze ebony skin tone color for foundations. I have all the demos available so that I can work with that. But again, my inventory is stocked for the location of where I live. Number 4, never tear down another company. Again, what I tell my customers is this: I'm going to teach you what I do every single morning and what I do every single night. And if it works for you, I'm going to take good care of you. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. That's why there's so many other products out there. Again, I don't believe there is. But who am I to tell them that what they're using is wrong? Number 5, decide your commitment to this business. I'm a lifer in this business. And you won't have to look for another consultant. I tell that to my customers, is I'm a lifer in this business. You can trust that I am going to be in this business. And I want you to decide right now that you're going to be a lifer in this business, and you're going to figure this business out. I decided I was going to figure this business out if it was the last thing that I do. Yes. And here's the crazy part. People ask, how do you get your customers? I get customers because consultants quit, and they know that they can count on me. Can your customers count on you? Number 6, here's my 3 a.m. story. So I was still farming. My dad and I were taking a load of barley. Barley is for your beer. I was taking it to Sydney, Montana. Now we were actually leaving at 3 o'clock in the morning. The reason is because the trucks were way overloaded. I know. But this is a box. I filled a box. It was always overloaded. And I started doing my makeup. And my dad looked at me and he says, Heather, why are you doing that? We're just going to get over there and we're going to go back to sleep. And I said, Dad, if you could do one thing for yourself every single morning and it made you feel good about yourself, would you do it? My dad was speechless. Just saying, it was an awesome moment. So your job is to get up, get cute, be awesome all day, go to bed. That is your job description, case in point. 7, use company printed and approved documents. You're going to run into people that do not have a printer. And if they have a printer, they don't have any ink. So when you see my brochure, when you see my hostess packet, my recruiting packet is on one side, my hostess packet is on another. I have my hostess brochure, lookbooks would be in there too. I have the documents from the company on the other side. Company approved documents, because I want to be able to know that my consultants have access to all the same materials that I do. Number 8, dress the part. Don't ask for an exception, be exceptional. When I go to a facial, when I go to a class and I'm wearing a skirt, I have 40 below weather and I still wear a skirt. So when y'all are complaining that it's cold outside, I'm a little fiddle. I know I choose to live here, but at 40 below, I just wear snow boots with my skirt. It just happens. So here's a fun part. I've had a lot of people say, you don't have to wear a skirt for me. And I said, and this is my response to them. I wear a skirt for 2 reasons. Number 1, out of respect for Mary Kay Ash, the lady. She asked us to look professional, and I respect her for the company she created. Number 2, I do it out of respect for you, because when you see me out and about working my business and you see me, I want you to go, that's my beauty consultant. They never asked me again. And finally, here's how I'm going to end this. And if you have any questions, Linda, I will bring you in, Linda, if there's any questions that you're wanting to ask, because you'll be the little picture in the corner. So I'm going to tell you my Belden story. Okay. Doing Queen's Court of Sales 2 and 3 times has been a process. It's been having to stretch my mind. It's been learning how to do $300 weeks, $400 weeks, $500 weeks. And it's combining those wins on a weekly basis with this principle. I was 7 or 8 years old, going to a little town called Belden, North Dakota. Belden, if you were to blink, you would miss it. There was the old country store and a church. That was it. That's all it was in Belden, North Dakota. 7 and 8 years old, when you're going inside the store, the proprietors of the business were an old couple. I would say they were probably in their 70s at this point, but they were really old. At 7, everybody's old. And you walked into the store, wooden walls, a wooden floor, tin ceiling, and the shelvings, well, they were made of wood as well too. They were handmade. And if you saw the till, it was the old push button till. Yep. My dad, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, but he would save up the money that he needed for his farming gear, and he wore Wrangler shirts with the pearlized buttons, flannel shirts, and Wrangler jeans. So the old woman would start pulling all these sizes out, and my dad would select the colors that he wanted and what we could afford, and he would take them up to the till, and the old man would ring him up. Dad would pay for it, and the last thing the old man did, and this is what I want you to get, is he looked at each one of my siblings. I had a brother who's 4 years younger than me, and then a sister who's 2 years younger than I am. And he looked at each one of us and he said, now you kids, go ahead and take a bag of Brock's candies each off of the counter. Wow. The old man saw us. At that moment, I was valued, I was seen, I was valuable. At 7 years old, he saw me. I never got the chance to meet Mary Kay Ash, but she was a woman that always said, look at every woman with a sign around their neck that says, make me feel important. Make me feel important. That 30 years ago, when I went in that store, that old man made me feel important, to the point where if that store was open today, I would do all of my shopping there. Business will go where it's valued and appreciated. Teach your customers how to use this product. If you don't know about the product, take the time to learn it yourself. And the best way to do it is to put all of that product in your bathroom and start seeing the results on your face. Get up, get cute, be awesome all day, and then you go to bed. And your goal is to bless just one woman, because if you can sit knee to knee with her, toe to toe, that's where the blessings happen. And you build this business one face at a time. Sometimes you can gather them together in groups, and sometimes it's one-on-one. But if you have a hostess and everybody else cancels except the hostess, you go, regardless of how far it is, because the blessings of you showing up, they're good. They are so good. All right, I'm going to see if I can bring Linda in, because I want to see if there's any questions in particular. So let me invite Linda in. Did we do it? Okay, invitation has been sent, so we're just going to stay here for a little bit. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Business will go at 7, you're okay. All right, and is there any questions that you guys personally have? I'm trying to wait for Linda to come in. I've sent her. Come on, just work, Facebook, work. Stop using other brands. I like that one. Yep, pretty much. All right. Okay. Come on, just work. I sent you the invite, the request. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see a question. Let's see. Do you track how many products your customers are on? I can pretty much tell you what my customers are on. Let me just do this. Oh, I can get her in here. I'm so excited. Whew. Isn't it fun? Denim and she's being added. It's slow. We're doing good. Okay. How do you track how many products your customers are on? You pretty much know. I mean, I can look at my customers and come on, just you can do it. You can do it, Facebook. Depending on how much your customers order. If you have a customer who's ordering $1,000 a year from you, you know that she's probably on skincare and most of the supplements. And but if you've got somebody who was ordering $100 a product, she's using an eye makeup remover and a mascara. That's pretty much it. Okay, she's trying to be added. Okay. That's pretty much it. So my goal is to try to take a customer who's just $100 a year customer and try to invite her, because you have customers that are going to need to try the product more than once. Okay. You're pouring into us, making us feel valuable. Ruth, I'm so excited. Oh, Facebook is not going to work. Okay. Anyways, let me just call Linda. We're going to do this old school. That's what we're going to do. Linda Tupin. Never thought that phone number would be in my little... We're going to check this out. Okay. How do you sample from full-size products? Oh. Linda, are you there? Hello, Linda. Oh, dang, I'm not going to be able to. Okay. How do I sample from full-size products? I actually, so here, let me show you this. Okay, full-size product. Okay, actually the fun part is I have taken a label, okay, a label with and put, okay, my office assistant does this. I have some space. I don't waste time doing that. She does. I pay her to do this. So like this is a sample of the Live Fearlessly, and that is like a cotton round cut in half, and I sprayed it. But this is what is exciting. So like the pomegranate hand cream, I had this. And it says actually cut the corner and scored it out. So I just take a full-size product. And I just squeeze it into, you can find these in like the bead section or like the tackle box. And I just squeeze it in here. Like even Botanical Effects, the moisturizer, it did not ring. Okay, let me try to call you again, Linda. That's how I use full-size product.
Hello?
Hey! Linda. Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any questions that I need to answer that I didn't answer? This is like Mary Kay this is old school technology, trying to call on a phone and go Facebook Live at the same time. Can you hear me? shoot, this is not working. All right, technology is not our friend. All right, any other questions that you guys have? Going through here. Okay, this is not working. Anyways, alrighty. Well, see if there's anything else. I thank you guys so much, and I hope that you are blessed. And here's what I encourage you to do. Let's see.
Heather, this is crazy. I think you did a great job. I don't have any other questions. I'm
Got
so
it.
sorry. I just think there's a big delay.
I guess Kentucky and North Dakota the connection's not that great, so.
No, it was absolutely perfect. People are raving.
Good.
Anything you want to send us, you send me.
Got
Okay?
it. You got it. All right. We'll talk to you later and I'll finish this off. All right.
Okay.
Love you guys. Bye.